Small Time Critics. I am 1/3 of the Small Time Critics. My name is Kem.
Kem and Hashi.
There we go. And guess what? If you haven't seen the episodes before, the 2-3 episodes before, we've got someone big in the building. Geeks of the Weeks. Some call him E. We call him Elijah because obviously we're friends. But like, this guy's going to be a major star. Hey, leave me know. Let me do. He's going to be major in the scene of sort of podcast journalism, like movie critique. Like, please welcome E.
The youngest in charge.
The youngest in charge. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Tris made that one up, innit? Was it Tris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did.
Oh, that's big. That is very big. Today, we are going to be talking about Transformers 1, which I am super excited about.
Let's go.
Before we do that, please like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Leave a comment, even just say hi. We'll respond. Let us know what you think. I'll obviously post the episode, and all of E's social media presence and platform is going to be in the description below. And please give him a follow, because if you don't, you're going to be missing out.
Thank you.
Transformers 1. Again, I actually want to kick this off.
We've got these powers for a reason. Let's use them.
B, these are not the bad guys.
Why did you cut the door?
No, it was already like that. Right?
Yes, that's right. Yes. It was it was already like
It was incredible. Without spoiling anything, this is exactly what I wanted from a Transformers movie. And to be in the form of an animation made it for me, because again, it went back to his roots, because Transformers is an animated entity in itself when it first came out. But it done everything, because we've never had an origin story really about Optimus and Megatron. This did everything for me. And obviously, before watching the movie, I was skeptical. I didn't know what to get from it. I didn't think it was going to be amazing, but I can't wait to get into spoilers. But I'm sold. I'll let you lot say you lot's piece, and then I'll take back the mic. But it's ridiculous.
Go on.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think just like when Into the Spider-Verse first, like the first trailer for that came out, I'm pretty sure like 90% of the audiences were like, yeah, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. And to their surprise, it was a banger, like a 10 out of 10 film for me. So same with this. First trailer dropped, I was like, I mean, I might see it when it comes out on streaming.
I see the same thing.
But yeah, obviously I'm a big Transformers fan. I've been a fan since I could remember. Grew up in the Bayverse, but it's a whole other topic. But yeah, no, in terms of this film, I loved every aspect of it. I loved the scale. I loved the animation. I loved the voice acting, the score. Just every scene was beautiful, and it was, fantastic film.
Yeah, and sorry, before you go, I think obviously it'll be a disservice if I don't sort of. So this was directed by Josh Cooley and voiced by Chris Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry. Obviously, Brian Tyree Henry being D16, not Megatron obviously at the time, and Orion Pax, Chris Hemsworth, which would evolve into Optimus Prime. Sorry, Hash, go ahead.
You mentioned Scarlett Johansson?
No, not yet. I'm leaving that to you.
Yeah. Cool. Like I did that. Scarlett Johansson in this film, and I thought she was great as well. You know what, guys? This is one of the best origin films.
Facts.
I thought this is a fantastic origin film.
Facts.
And he watched this a while ago because of how tapped in he is. You know what I'm saying? This guy, youngest in charge. He watched it a while ago. And he was shouting this movie out from the rooftops. And I'm like, okay, all right, we'll see. And when I finally got to see it, I was like, yo, Elijah, you're 100% right. This film delivered and then some. Like, I could not believe how much fun I was having with this film. And the story is so good, and the way it slowly walks you to the inevitable ending that you're going to get. Yeah. And it's one of those things where sometimes something is predictable. Yeah. And you see it coming a mile away. But when it's done so well,
you don't care, do you?
You don't care.
You don't care.
You don't care. And this, and I can't believe, I couldn't, when I found out that Chris Hemsworth, sorry.
He was working.
Was gonna be basically Optimus Prime. I was like, I'm not having this. Tris as well was shouting this movie. I was like, you guys, I'm not having it. Chris Hemsworth, Thor's gonna be Optimus Prime. No way. And it worked.
It just works so well.
It worked.
Bro, I was a child again. Honestly, I was a kid again. And every aspect of this film that would normally sort of make me say, I can't be bothered, made me more excited. It just worked. And again, I like comedy in movies. And in it, when comedy is too sort of, when a movie is not meant to be about comedy, and the comedy sort of takes a front seat and to try and drive it, I'm normally like, I can't deal with this. Let me tell you, Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh my days.
Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, this is like layers. This is layers of layers of layers, and you'll understand when I say this. Now, as a Transformers fan, this may not be the reason why, but I understand why Bumblebee now hasn't got a voice. The dude, he talks so much, even though he's funny, but you get what I mean? It's like, for me, it was like, okay, it sort of kind of, it makes sense now if they went down that route to sort of take his voice box out, because the dude just talks. And it was so funny.
I'm not gonna lie, it was so funny. I laughed at every joke. Like, I was telling this guy, like, Michael Keegan is so good. Like, I was going to tell it to Ian, like, he's so good.
But the thing is, especially with Keegan-Michael Key, I almost feel like I can't have him without having Jordan Peele. That is completely quashed all that notion. Give me him without.
Nah, he's always been a great character actor. Like, even
he has.
He was great in a horrible film, The Untouchables, with Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart.
I see. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of Kevin Hart films I don't watch anymore.
He was in that, and he played some kind of like doctor kind of character, or some kind of healer character. One of the funniest scenes you've ever seen in your life.
Okay, we're straight. So let's kick it off here. When the movie started, and obviously, Optimus Prime and Megatron weren't Optimus Prime and Megatron.
We're in spoilers right now.
Yes. Sorry, so we haven't done that.
No, we haven't done
Too bad. I'm sorry. So we've
Spoiler alert.
We've got spoiler alert. We've got Orient Pax and D16. It all, like, again, there was always sort of indication that they used to be close friends in the recent movies, like brother or old friend and stuff like that. It's almost like the Magneto and Charles Professor X sort of element. Now we get the story, the origin, where they came from, why they the way they are, and I didn't expect the story to be this. Give me any other story that I'm like, maybe not this. Not the way how it planned out. I always thought there would be friends and stuff like that. But how they met and how it transpired, I didn't think this. What do you lot think?
It was a beautiful story.
Oh,
like,
beautiful.
from the jump, you can tell, D16's obsession with Megatronus Prime and how that kind of built up his belief system, and how Orion Pax, his belief system was literally just about having fun.
Yeah.
D16's a lot more like rigid. He's like, I want to stick to this program, and how two different personalities like that can become close friends in such a short amount of time, and then develop a brotherhood that spans, I don't know how many years until we meet them, until they become enemies. But that length of time, it didn't feel like forced. It didn't feel short. It felt like really well developed, considering we don't see half of it.
Yeah.
That we meet them as friends already, and there's a little flashback to how they met and stuff. But you can tell, like, they would actually sacrifice each other for one another.
Yeah.
Like, it was brilliant.
For me, I have the friendship was just so well cultivated, and to the point when you start to see the heel turn happening, and you're like, oh my goodness, like, it's these little kind of infractions in life, these small kind of decisions, these small kind of like inflection points, they can change who a person is. You know what I'm saying? These kind of circumstances. And I felt like the movie really did that well. Like, for example, that moment when it takes a map from takes a map, that was a real kind of turning point where basically Optimus was like, Ryan was thinking, this is strange. Why is he acting this way? But again, he thought, you know what? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and they continued on. And I thought that was very interesting, and it slowly begins to chip away at his spirit. You know what I mean? And I thought that was so interesting. And also, very simple thing, and it helps out a younger audience. And also, this is a great kind of like storytelling technique where you see the changing of the eyes. You know what I mean? Very slowly.
Yeah.
It's very subtle.
It's very
not,
subtle.
You know what I mean? And I thought that was wonderfully done as well. But yeah, sorry,
No, I was just gonna sort of. It's more it was just to sort of expand more on the subtle changes that D16 sort of went through in order to become the Megatron that he is today. One is, it was never personal against Optimus Prime. Even at the beginning to the end, it's never about him. It's about how he's treated and how he can't let go. It's he can't let go of the injustice. So again, when you talk about he's rigid, he's straight to the point. If we didn't have this movie, I would have never thought that would have been his character. Never. I would have thought he was the rebel.
Yeah.
He was the one against the machine.
Yeah.
But to switcheroo like that, come on, it's fantastic. And you know what? This was so good. For me, it's close to the Spider-Verse.
Wow.
You know what I took away from the actual screening, because we watched the screening. Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount.
Thank you very
And
much,
Substance.
Paramount and Substance, for the invite. Again, that's what I took away. I was thinking, this is going to leave a mark on the movie industry as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse did.
I think you said at the screening, like, because there's been multiple screenings. I think you saw this again. The youngest in charge saw this 3 months ago.
3 times now.
He's seen this 3 times. And I think you said it's testament to how much confidence and how good they believe this film is.
Yeah.
They kept on showing it.
Yeah.
Kind of
They
just speak on that.
definitely knew it was going to be great.
Yeah.
Just before I touch on that, I low-key think the way D16 switches is a tiny bit rushed, but I think Brian Tyree Henry delivers the line so well that I let it go.
Yeah.
But I think the transition between, I used to really vouch for this guy and now he's selling us out.
Yeah.
It's super emotional, but I don't think he would switch character that quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we had a bit more time in between those scenes, they could have developed that just a tiny bit.
But
Just a tiny
let
bit
me
more.
know. I think we're onto something here. But based on what the information, because you have to understand, what was the prime?
Oh, Sentinel
Prime. Yeah. He's taken out their potential. He removed their potential, and to find that out, wouldn't that make you go crazy? Because not only you've now idolized somebody, because he's idolized this figure for so long, and he's adhering to all of his calls, because it's one of, I don't know, what's the planet? Cybertron. It's everyone's for the cause. And then to find out that the guy that you're looking up to and the cause that you're fighting for is one that is not true, and he is the sole reason behind you can't evolve into what he is or surpass him. Wouldn't that like leave a really...
No, 100%. But then if you think about it from all the characters in that film, the person that I would have 100% understood if they switched that quickly would be Alita 1.
Yes,
because she's even more rigid than D16 was. And
she was a snitch. Sorry.
Right, exactly. She's like, I want to basically rank up. So eventually, maybe she was working towards getting a transformation cog, right? But the fact that she was stuck on the lower levels and she'd done so much work to get there, D16 was just a mining bot. That the way they used miner was a bit crazy. Like he's just a mining bot. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that he'd be upset that he hasn't, had his potential has been removed. But the person that should have been even more upset was Alita 1. Like 100. If she had done what D16 did, valid, no questions. But I think D16 was a bit. It wasn't even that extravagant. Just a little bit too quick.
So, I get it.
Going into the kind of a few nitpicks, that's one of them. My one was just how flat John Hamm was as the main antagonist for the film.
But that was great. Huh? It worked well.
I didn't mind it at all.
For me, I just felt like I was wanting a bit more out of him. Though, you know what I mean?
What more do you want out of him?
No, because again, he's a great actor, and I thought I don't think he's ever done. I'm not too sure if he's ever done.
He did Invincible.
Invincible.
Yeah, he's one of the voice actors in that.
But I just felt like he could have done so much more with this character. You know what I mean? Be a lot more menacing, because again, the character's kind of like is two-sided. You know what I mean? His kind of public persona is, oh, I'm great for the, you know what I mean, for Cybertron, all this kind of stuff. But it would have been great if he was way more sinister, way more kind of, you know what I mean, cutthroat in private. Would have been way more interesting.
But
And I don't think he kind of like characterized that in a way that would have satisfied me personally.
I disagree. I think with what we got from him was perfect, because it's one that he is trying to be something that he's not in a public space.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's got all these minions around him, and it's almost, again, he's a politician, and he's slimy, yet again, like, he is cutthroat based on the backstory when he dealt with the primes. So what more do you want from him? Like, what sort? You want him to be like this evil guy, like
Loki.
all the time? It's like he was perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah, I believed he was a great. Obviously, I know about Sentinel Prime, but in this film, I genuinely believed that this might be a version of Sentinel Prime that isn't that bad person. Like, I thought he was, like, until the reveal that he's evil.
Okay.
I genuinely was going along with his personality.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I thought he was the hero of Cybertron. Like, he's actually going to find the matrix of leadership. Like, I genuinely thought that.
So obviously, if he was more sinister and evil, you wouldn't have got that. You wouldn't have that sort of like exposure wouldn't be like, oh my god, that actually happened. Like, you, if he was more sinister, you'd be like, of course he's that guy. I was more like, to be fair, the standout bit for me, what made me think, because you get to point out certain robots that you grew up with, like Starscream, from where he started, and obviously being the leader of the resistance at the time.
Yeah.
Again, he's like, oh, he was the top dog, and I'm trying to think in that moment, how is this going to happen where Megatron's going to lead?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, every aspect of this movie knocked out of the park. It blew me away.
I thought also the way they kind of spoke, like the way the movie kind of tackles the fact that all these Transformers don't have cogs, and that speech when he comes back, when he has his own cog, you know what I mean? When Optimus has his what was the character's name again?
Orion
Pax.
Orion Pax. When he has his cog, and he kind of like does that great speech.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that was a solid speech.
Again, these names was bestowed upon themselves, obviously. Yeah. The Optimus Prime and the Megatron and stuff like that. It's like, again, knowing what we know already going into this movie, I was still like shocked and blown. I was like, oh my god. Because if I didn't know Megatron beforehand, and I didn't know Optimus Prime beforehand, it would have been like a million times. The emotions I had would have been a million times.
Yeah, you would have been like, "Wow, I can't believe that."
Exactly.
The way Orion was basically anointed as Optimus Prime.
That's probably one of my favorite scenes in the last 10 years. Like that, it's almost as good as the leap of faith scene.
Yes.
In Side of Us.
No, I agree.
It's lacking a little bit, but I don't even know what it's lacking. It's
yeah.
They're on par.
To be fair, again, how this movie played out for me, up until the point of his anointment of like being Optimus Prime, I was still thinking, is it Optimus Prime or is it somebody else? Even though I know it is, because obviously the name Orion Pax and D16, I'm like, could there be someone else? Like, again, it was amazing, man. It was amazing, and I really want to sort of pay some sort of respect to Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah.
Again, he's done so many work before, like voice actors and stuff like that, and he played his role so well.
Yeah.
That, again, I'm even making conspiracy reasons why I think that they've took B's voice box. He was so good, man, and every joke hit. Every joke hit, even the ones that shouldn't hit, even the one that you knew that was coming from a mile away.
Yeah. Facts.
What do you think about Lawrence Fishburne?
Lawrence Fishburne is low. You know what? And I'm actually so upset because obviously we done an episode on what was the movie? On Megalopolis. Oh, you weren't there.
Yeah.
And even then, like Lawrence Fishburne is Lawrence Fishburne. You can't go wrong. Yeah. And even on, again, and I'm talking about Megalopolis, I felt he was kind of, it's like, you're wasting Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
you're
he was definitely wasted.
Yeah. But in this, I didn't feel that. Come on, man.
Now, Alpha Trion, oh my days. Like when we, was a bit on the nose that they had Energon and they woke
yeah.
him up, but I'm not gonna nitpick. But it was honestly so good. Just you know what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Why did he have that?
Exactly.
But
If you've seen it 3 times, right?
3 times.
And it hasn't sort of fallen for you.
It's not falling.
Because this guy,
Fallen.
when I watched it with you, I was going to see, was that your third time?
That was my third time. Yeah.
The way he was enjoying himself. It was as if it was
Yeah.
his first time.
It's
Honestly, it was
testament to
like
the
it was the first time.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
testament to the movie for someone who's within the film, like the movie critique industry, like how we watch movies and sort of give our reviews. For you to watch it 3 times and still be excited
That's
about
like
it,
excitement.
it shows. It's just testament
It's
to the
crazy.
movie.
Like, I'm like, for other movie, I'm like, oh my God, is that? He's like, yeah. Like, yeah, he is. The whole time. It's sick.
There was obviously there was a post credit scene, and obviously someone else had seen it before us, and they was walking past, and he just gave us the nod. He's like, "Stay there," and I was like, "Oh my God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?" And because the credits were so long, I was like, okay, what's gonna happen? Is this guy just messing me about? Because I'm staying the course.
Yeah.
And then when it happened, I was like, it's worth it. So when you watch this movie, do not get out your seats. Wait until the end. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
man.
definitely wait till the end.
Fantastic. Again, I don't. If I speak any more about this movie, I'm going to ruin people's rewatch experience. So
For me, I'm going to go as far as to say that this will be in my top 10
Oh, 100%.
this year. I don't know where it's going to be, but it will definitely be in my top 10.
I was gonna go even wilder and say that if it wasn't for the fact that the Wild Robot is also coming out, this film has potential to be in the Best Picture category.
Yes.
yeah.
But
It
the
could-
Wild Robot is definitely gonna
Yeah.
take it.
That's Pedro Pascal and
yeah.
Lupita
Lupita
Nyong'o.
Nyong'o.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's a very when we talk about that, that's a good film.
You can't go wrong recently with Pedro Pascal. You can't. Yeah, and obviously the recent release of the trailer for
The Last of Us. Oh
2,
my days.
Part 2, Season 2. Yeah, I'm far gone.
fantastic.
And then
Fantastic Four, First Steps.
exactly, and then Lupita, like
We're going to have a great 2025.
2025 is
2020. You know what?
insane.
I think that's what 2024 was like a breather. For
Because of-
25
because of the strike, yeah.
But saying that, yeah, I think we've had some absolute gems of all. Like I'm talking about, Dune 2 would easily go down with one of my greatest films of all time for me.
Okay.
So we still get some gems in a bad year. 2025, I'm super excited about.
Insane, yeah. That's gonna
There's so much to
like
come.
the Academy is gonna have a tough time picking.
Tough.
And I think there's going to be so much controversy next year.
100%.
Like where people, like movies and actors deserve certain things and they're going to be overlooked, and there's going to be conversation. Look, we're going to be here for that. And I hope you get back on for that.
For sure,
So
for
we're gonna, get you back on. Let's rate the movie. And let's
Go on.
Me
Again.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Again.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Go on, Kem.
9 out of 10.
I want to give it a 9.5, but I can't. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because I think Spider-Verse is still a little bit better than this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And I think I'm going to give Spider-Verse 9.5.
listen, E, don't put me in a headlock here because you're closer to me. I'm going to give it 8.5 simply because I gave Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse a 9. So, and I believe Spider-Verse is just a bit better.
So same principle as me. That's what
Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But fair score.
Yeah, honestly, guys, this is a must-watch. Everybody, you have to go watch this.
Yeah.
Tell look again. It's not for it's not just for kids. It's for everybody, adults, kids alike.
By the way, some great adult jokes in this.
Oh yeah,
There's a couple of-
100%,
Yeah.
and which will go over
Don't
kids'
be a
heads.
glitch. One of them.
Yeah, no, again.
Mate.
So again, it will go over kids' heads
And,
as well.
and the minus thing, which we won't get into.
Yeah. And the AA-tron, bro.
AA.
AA-tron. When I heard that, I
You
was
know
like,
what?
what?
By the way, I turned to him and I go, they did not just they did.
Of course, no. That's again. Please go watch it, man. It's going to be a fantastic watch for everybody involved. And we can't speak any more highly of this film. It's definitely going to win.
What was Michael Keegan Key's Bumblebee nickname? I am bad.
Badassatron.
There you go.
No,
Badassatron.
127. I'm actually working on some nicknames. The one I'm floating right now is Badassatron, which is actually pronounced Badassatron.
that That joke did not. Again, it didn't run.
It worked.
It worked
every single time.
Single time.
And it's for Scarlett Johansson to be like. Anyway, we're not gonna spoil it. We're gonna leave some stuff in there for you to go watch. So yeah. Again, thank you for enjoying our was it Transformers 1? Sorry, lastly, do you reckon the title sort of works? Transformers 1?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, because obviously we had Transformers, but Transformers 1.
Yeah, it works. And they're definitely tapping into that SEO stuff, because when people Google Transformers 1, that's what's going to be coming up.
Of course.
All the Transformers Days, all stuff was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, all works.
Again, thank you for E for joining us for
Thanks
this
for having
Transformers 1 episode. And yeah, all of his information, all of his social media information, all of his description, everything about E, Geeks of the Weeks, was it the youngest of, was it?
Youngest in charge, man.
The youngest in charge.
Come on, Kem.
It's gonna stick. The youngest in charge. Everyone's gonna be calling him. And look, when you're up there, please remember us, man. Remember us, man. Yeah, us small time creators. Remember us, please.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Have you enjoyed yourself?
This is great. We should definitely do this again.
100%, 100%. Again, thank you very much for coming. And guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you think. And again, please give him a follow, because he's a very interesting guy, and and everything he has to say is kind of relevant in regards to the industry.
Guy knows his stuff, man.
He does. And I'm going to get him back at some point to talk anime, because I know he's an anime guy as well. And Marvel.
And DC, man.
Star Wars.
Come on, bro. Star
The
Wars.
whole works. Hey, guys,
There's
thank you
nothing
very
Star
much.
Wars that this brother doesn't like.
Anyway, peace.
Peace.